All right. Uh, we're almost there. Hang tight, guys. See you in a second. Let me see if I can bring this up. See if it's going. All right. We're almost there. Hang tight, guys. See you in a second. Can any of you hear me out there? Yeah. Just type something like "be quiet." All right. So on the left there, you'll see that's Flow Algo. It's one of a few. I use Trady Ticks and Flow Algo. So I'm just gonna keep. Can any of you hear me out there? Yeah. I gotta mute this. All right. Let's see. Can you hear? Hey, Mr. Brown, can you hear me? Fine. No, there's no reverb or anything. Right on. Thanks, guys. I switched over to Apple. Do you guys want me to watch? Like, is there a consensus on what you guys want me to watch here? You want me to watch Spy, Apple, the Qs, anything specific? I typically tend to watch the Spy into the close here. We're still early. It's only 2:50. Thanks, guys. Give me a second here. I'm gonna bring up TweetDeck and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys heard that. That's my dog. He needs some attention. Let's see. Give me just a second, guys. TweetDeck. Yeah, someone's talking about Tesla's volume is very low today. That's typical for stocks. When stocks move up, everyone seems to think that lots of volume makes a stock go up, but in reality, the less volume you have, the better your luck of it going up. I'm not wording that properly here. But low volume days on a stock will tend to make it rip much higher. You can see all the volume that came into a lot of stocks though today, or at least into the indexes and some stocks that were kind of tamped down. It was nice to see. Yeah, there's some Tesla flow right there. 12, 10, 1035s still flow into Roku, still flow into Apple, PFE, Nvidia. Yeah, let's take a look through here. You can see all that Apple flow. I was surprised to see more Snap puts come in, even though there's still some calls coming in here. Yeah. Can you guys see the ticker symbols on the left-hand side of the screen? You guys want to let me know if you can see the actual ticker symbol? I don't know if you got. There's a little bit of a delay here, and I put this up with land too, so that it would be faster. Yeah, you can see the ticker number. You can see the ticker signs, or I can on my screen. Let me know if you can see those. Okay. So a lot of people right now are talking on Twitter. I posted earlier about possibly taking a long into the close. It'd be something that you'd have to take and then hold and then dump into the close if it does spring. You do see some other stocks in big tech that hold up SPY doing that right now. You saw Apple make a rip to the highs, and you already know that the Tesla gang is going to be hoping for that same thing, right? You know, Tesla gang sees it up here. It just sprung slightly to 1065. And I think Tesla gang is hoping and praying that it gets that quick meteor shot to 1095. I think that's what I measured the move at on Tesla. I was talking about it the other day live on Twitter, or I was posting on Twitter, and I said that the measured move should be 10. I think it was 1095 that I tagged. Let's take a look at 1090, or no, yeah, no. What did I tag over here? I think it was 1095 for the measured move, 1096 or something like that. Could have been lower, but I think that's what Tesla bulls are looking for today. Is that strong finish that could bring SPY up with Apple being as high as it is. Although what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for a sell down. So just so you know out there in Twitter land, I'm looking for the sell down into either just the close or into tomorrow. You figure we've got one more. Well, we've got one more. No, we got 2 more days until Friday CPI. If we had a nice down end of day today, nice down day tomorrow, that would get. And usually it's weird. Thursdays can be down days too, or that I find in my experience. But surprisingly, some Thursdays can be really, really good days. You get really big moves on Thursdays sometimes. And then when I was looking at the options data for SPY today, okay, so in the options data for SPY, the robots there, the algorithms are now inside for today. They're trying to pin at 469 and 467. There's 180,000 calls on each side of SPY right here, which there was only pinning on the put side all day long today. They pinned it all day long. So but there are new calls on 469 for 38 cents. So I am wondering if they're going to spring it towards the end of the day today. Someone's betting on that. Now on Friday there's increased options interest at 470C on the SPY as well. But that's pretty expensive stuff there. So this is a good example or a good time to talk about something. Sometimes I can look just at the option chains, and if you start watching option chains on the weeklies on your favorite stock out there or say favorite index, you will see that they have an average price on certain days of the week. And you'll hear one comment out there where people will say the reason why an option is expensive is because it's going someplace. But I'm always looking for the average prices of slightly in the money stocks and indexes right around the opens and closes so I can become familiar with them. And right now, the 470C to me is a little bit pricey for Friday OPEX. So when I see it's at $1.45 right now, $1.46. Normally for an in the money on a day like today, I'm looking, because we're already on Wednesday, so I'm looking for that in the money 470C to drop down to probably 50, 60 cents before it comes back. But I don't know for today. Right now you're looking at SPY live right now, and bulls are, you can see the flow coming in right now for the SPY. Let's see here. You can see all this flow coming in. Nvidia will push SPY up, Apple will push SPY up, Walmart's a part of the SPY. So you're starting to see that flow come in. Bet people are betting on a rip right now at the end of the day for the SPY. And that's why I came on a little bit early here. I want to see if we bounce off this 470 above here, if we even make it up here at some point today. This is the risky play of the day. Not so much this stuff. There's lots of grinding in here, but this usually does lead up to a moment of either sell-off or a rip much, much higher. And the reason is that you have all these bulls in here betting on this move higher to the 470 mark. You have all the bulls from yesterday, and they're all waiting for this move, even if it's just for a brief moment. They're looking to squeeze this much, much higher. So we'll watch this into the 4 o'clock hour, and I will keep checking these option chains and seeing if they are long. And you can see now that 469, it went from 48 cents up to 51 now. It's still too risky for my blood. So we'll see. Let me read what you guys are typing. All right, hold on. All good cap high there. Apple retest, buy please. Also sweating Nvidia and UPST. Yep, yeah, definitely. Take your time, isn't. Hey guys, it's good to see you guys again. I'm on the phone, so no, Troy Corp. So we sell after the rip, 1077. That's a good number. Is that what I don't know if I said 1077 or I forget exactly what I posted on Twitter as a price target. Did are you are endless? Are you calling that as 1077 or did I call it at 1077? I don't remember. I'm seeing SPY on your screen. I want that rip. Cool. Flow Algo. Was wondering where those screens are from. Yeah, so I use so I've been using Trady Ticks to do research. I'm gonna trade some Trady Tick stuff into the sub, and then what I like about Flow Algo the most is it's very directed towards in the moment type stuff. Sometimes it's a little late, but it does a couple things. It usually a few things. It shows me when I first get on in the morning. Oftentimes it'll show me a stock that's ripping right off the close that's going to come back down for shorts. And then it will start to build through the day telling a story as well. You'll start to see, I think earlier this morning I posted a screenshot of Apple at the top of the chart on Flow Algo. And what it was implying this morning was that it would rip much higher. And so I made that video around the midday talking about that aspect of it is, does Apple scream way higher later in the afternoon or the SPY? And it gets so dangerous because it could be so fast. And you were seeing that in Apple just a few moments ago. I want to say it was like 10 minutes after I made that post about sending young bulls to battle. Now they did pin SPY when that took place by dropping Tesla, I think. I wasn't able to look at all these stocks at the same time. But now you see SPY moving up here. We'll see if it actually thwacks off of 470 or not. And just so you know, 470 is the put wall that's above. So you're going to be looking for two things. You're either going to look for a rejection, or we break past. If we break past, that's the short covering that we keep talking about that's been going on. And if it doesn't break through, it means that there's still too many sellers selling into the market. There's some fear, and we talked about that this morning. That hey, I want to see that bounce lower, and you're going to see these bag holders say, "Well, I have to get out now. I have to get out now." And so that's what do we got here? Cool Flow Algo. I thought you mentioned it. Might be wrong though. Yeah, unless I'm not exactly positive. It was that number sounds familiar as well. I'll have to go back and dig through when I first thought that we would have that squeeze. I think the market has gotten overpowered enough to not really care what's said anymore at the FMC. Yes, Dreamstorm. So here's my deal. So as of right now, I would like to see rates or some rates, even if they're small, at this FOMC. But you also I try to look at it from a larger viewpoint. And we're end of the year. It's the time for everybody to take some profit. You have to think about the guy named Joe that works a job every day and has a pension plan. You have to think about if he has a good end of year and then we can come into the new year. And you then say to Joe, hey, look, buddy, you had a great run for the last 2 years. Now we're going to pull the rug. That makes more sense to me for the market. The market's been preparing, though, for rates. This action that we've had is us preparing for rates to be announced. So what I would expect at this point is those three things: that expect volatility, downward moves as we get closer to the FOMC. My other fear is that even if they don't announce rates, they will briefly drop it to bring it back up. Sometimes the plan, and this is part of my issue with the news out there, is that if there's something the market does not know, and let's say the market's pricing in the market going down, or that rates will be announced, and let's say they don't announce what is expected, the hedge funds and banks will stay the course in their original plan, and they'll still dump the market, even if they're going to raise it back up. So they'll change what the news means to meet their own ends of what they've been working towards. Oftentimes you'll hear people say, well, I thought this was bad news, or I thought this was good news. And it's because they use the news to whatever end they want. A prime example of this would be the last election when Biden had won, they pushed the market up and they dragged out I forget his name Art, they dragged out Art Cashin on CNBC, and old Art Cashin sitting there, and he said, well, we're going to send the market up because the Senate didn't get the 2 seats that they needed, so we don't care who the president is because we have a divided presidency and a divided Senate. No later than 2 weeks later, we found out that I think it was Georgia and Arizona had 2 of those seats flip, and the Senate, for all intents and purposes, went to the Democrats. So you had Democrats controlling the presidency and the Senate. And in your mind, you would think that they would drop the market at that point because they didn't have division in the Senate and presidency, which is what the markets like. The markets prefer to know what's happening, and they prefer gridlock in our government. So when that didn't happen, though, they didn't dump the markets. So you have to look past sometimes what we think the market news means and look more at where the banks want the price of our market. So think about that as we head towards FOMC. If you see the market slowly slowing down towards it, they might just dump it anyways. And then once they're done dumping it anyways, if it was good news, they'll rocket ship it back up. Did that answer any questions on the FOMC? I hope it did. So anyways, with FOMC, I'm still going to expect weakness into that date, and I will probably buy some. I'll pull myself out of the market, and I'll still be here for you guys, but I'll probably pull myself out of the market. I might buy some slightly. Yeah, John Hill with the full bear. John Hill's banking on. There's a lot of bears banking on this right now, on this weakness heading into the 15th, and there are some puts, or a lot of puts out there that banks want to print. So I get that, or at least put spreads that they want to print. What are the intentions behind? Yes, thanks. Yeah, you're going to still experience. You're still going to experience weakness in the market from the FOMC. But there have been previous FOMCs where the news leaks early. Sometimes it's right around a half an hour before. You'll start seeing it go in the wrong way, and you'll say, "Why is it coming up?" And it's because someone got the down low on it. Yeah, exactly. Agree, Troy. Agreed with the new algos. They program in bad news. I agree with that. 100%. And you can also notice that too. Our last drop that we had, one of the neat parts of our last drop, and why we were headed towards a feedback loop in negativity in our markets, was because there were long only hedge funds that they wound up getting margin called on stocks like Docu. So they bought puts at the absolute worst time, and they have these protocols in place to protect themselves at certain levels. So it's like, oh, we have to buy all these, all these puts down here, super expensive, like way too expensive to be buying. And he's right, and Troy Corp is very, very right on that subject. They are programmed for the bad news at FOMC. Okay, so what are we looking at here? This might just get landed right into the end here, huh? Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think it's going to go up or go down for the SPY here? I think it's not going up. I think it's going to get parked because I'm not seeing much action here. And I'm looking at Apple on a different screen right now, and Apple's just kind of hanging out. You've got Tesla's just kind of hanging out. I was watching TLT today. It's on the cusp of crashing right now. If TLT were to crash or dump into the end of the day, you might see that rip. If you guys want to look on your own screens at TLT, it's starting to base out right here, and it's one of those things I'm always looking for. If you see TLT just start dumping down to this, let's say it dumps down to like 144 or something, you would see a mad dash to the top on tech, and then that bounce, of course, would be just like on the 23rd. So if you were to look back on, you can see this fall right here on the 23rd. I want you guys to look at this real quick at home or wherever you're trading. You see this right here? See this dump, that major dump we had? So this was also the day that TLT started to rip. It hit a bottom and started to rip. So I've been trying to keep an eye on TLT all day long because you might see this massive dumping of TLT, a rip in the market, and then the moment that it bottoms, you'll start to see our market start to sell off, the SPY starting to sell off. Take a look real quick and tell me what you guys think of the relationship between TLT and the Qs, and you can see overlays of that stuff too. I'll use this as a secondary indicator. I use the VIX, of course. I use SPY if I'm trading stocks or the indexes, and then I try to keep TLT on in the background. Let me look back and see what you guys had to say. Yep, same range, 2 hours. TLT down, banks up. Apple just above VWAP. If we can get below, then we may sell. Yeah, agreed. Agreed on all these points right here. Yeah, I'm not saying much. Looking at where TLT is, it would be my guess that there was someone that I met who said they're going to park it like Sully parked an airplane right into the close here. They're going to try to park the whole market because it's either if TLT dumps right here, the two wild reactions would be tech screaming to all-time highs, and then a reversal that would be vicious reversal in the market. I'm going to take a look right now. AMC. So if you guys want to look at something neat, so GME, I'm going to ask you guys not to spam the sub with AMC and GME stuff because it can get out of control real fast. But on my other screener here, I was looking for some kind of dip like this. This is for any of you apes out there. I was looking for this one more dip down here. This is going to be an interesting one right here because you got this nice push, a bounce, nice push, and this one really didn't take off. It lost its steam here at the end of the day, and I was thinking that maybe we might get a second rip. I don't play GME anymore, but I know some of you guys do. I know some of you guys play AMC, you guys play meme stocks, so I get it. But I just ask that you don't spam the sub or comments with GME stuff because I'll start banhammering you guys. I love you guys, but I don't want to see you guys spamming. Like the meme stuff it becomes too cluttered. But I will address it. I've gotten requests to address that stuff here and there. I got a request to do a live or a stream on gold. Are you guys interested in gold? Because I could do gold for you as well. I guess you guys like silver, gold, that kind of stuff. I could try to do that once a week for you. Yeah, this is just the slow grind into close. This is crazy. Let me just see here. Go on TweetDeck. Some people saying there's only 17 trading days left in the market. So where does it go from here to there? Do we just grab them and go long here? One other guy just wrote some accounts should blow up around December 20th. Don't bother sending DMs with what you think with that stuff. This is hilarious. How do you know what it is going to rip when you call it and then it does that? Chase. Okay, Chase wants to ask some questions. So I made this video earlier about where I said I'm not going to get involved in the Apple or SPY trade where it's at right now. And sometimes bulls don't see this stuff. They get scared. They want to take the profit and run. And I often take my profit and run too. I'm known to do that. I'm known to get out of trades too early. But we're going to look at Apple real quick, and I'm going to explain why that is. And this is very similar to, let's look at Apple on the 1 month. And the reason we're gonna look at this 1 month is you put so much energy into this move here that it winds up. You see this right. He gets 1, 2, and 3, and then in here you just have that. You have this last 1, 2, 3, bam, big ass bar, big push, and inside of here, this is a low liquidity environment. You've got people that can push Apple up for that last little bit, but you see how long it lasted. It was for just the briefest of moments. And then down here you had this nice pennant down here, right? We're remaining bullish. Everyone still believes. Boom, move up. We immediately sell off. Everyone that's in here is upset. There now we've got longs here, here, and this starts to look just like when we sell off. Like when the market really sells off, you know when the market's done because you'll see this giant green hammer candle, this giant red hammer candle, and this giant green followed by a giant green hammer candle. And the reason I'm talking about that is because on the inverse, when you're bullish, you're looking for all of this energy that's in here, and these banks, institutions, retail, they want that last payoff. And you kind of saw that right here in this move. And now that you're looking at the next move, you're seeing a reversal. That's a bad doji to be looking at. That's a reversal on Apple. Now, sometimes when you see those reversal candles, you'll see another reversal. But this right here is a very dangerous place for Apple. But you want to be seeing something like this. You want to see that big push up, and then this real FOMO to the end, right? Max it out, start selling down your position. If you're a bank, they might even push it up once more and then sell down. But if they don't, they'll tease you that they're going to keep pushing it up, and they'll slowly sell this stock down. This is when the algos really kick in and really start tricking traders into thinking that it's going to continue to go up. Double bottom, right? We pushed up 1, 2, and 3, and so you're expecting that last like blood curdling. We're gonna take this rip. Now they did pin the SPY from this rip happening, but right here this looks like it's gonna do it. Right? This is very in context. This is a very bullish move. This would be a beautiful setup. You see it right here. A lot of people took this long knowing it would spring. You can see it right here, push up and a down into close, and then we sprang up. And so you're kind of looking for this move right here, down, and then a push up. So I'm waiting on that next move over here. I'm not going to take this today. I'm just waiting. Are any of you guys going to take this trade into the close? Take it either with longs or shorts. Hey Joe Mama, how you doing? Okay, hold on. What's all this right here? I want to go read through this. Probably parked. Yep. Dreamstorm's got a good idea. Yes, Tesla. Got some TLT puts the other day. Good job, Andre. Weekly OPEX ES likely to join 46.85, 46.90, but probably ramped then dropped pin. That's a fair point too. I got 17 days to make tax-free money. All right, John, we'll make you some tax-free money. So new high by a penny could sell there. Me too. Since we are in positive gamma again, shouldn't there be a dump ahead of OPEX or after with illiquid market around holiday as the gamma rolls off? Okay, so I thought I talked about this morning. What we should be doing. I posted. This is a chart from a different computer. I set this up specifically for live streaming. I'm gonna have to switch all my stuff over here or log in or something so that you guys can see my actual charts. But what I'm looking for. So right now, you've got liquidity down below. Let's look at this from this perspective right here. Okay, you know that we had liquidity come in here. You know that we were touched right here a second time. This infers a double bottom. Right, but sometimes we make these taps. We'll take 1, 2, and then we'll have one quick moment of weakness to grab longs to go high. How do you get that weakness? Does anybody know? Typically, it's in the after hours and the overnight if they're going to drop it. Same goes with pushing it way higher. It's typically in these hours. You'll find the PJ traders will take it deep or they'll take it very high to get those gains or to get entry to go much higher. So you have to decide what you want to do here in this market. The only thing that's of concern to me is this move right here is huge. You see that move? This is a huge move. You should have been in down below here, should have been in down below here, should have been in down below here, and now we're starting to get into a riskier environment even if we stay positive. Now those put roll-offs that we have coming down the pike are important as well. What they will sometimes do is lend some weakness, but they also lend power to the market, because we did end up having, so today's the 8th, right? The 7th, and then we've got the 6th right here. We've got the 3rd. So let me show you this right here, okay? You see this right here? This is the 3rd, right? This is when we had a ton of gamma coming off the market on this 3rd right here. Once that rolled off, we shot way higher. Do you see that? And so that's what I think. I think that's what Chase was talking about. So yeah, can you see weakness? And Chase, I wondered if you know when all this put gamma is rolling off. It's on the. Does anybody know? You guys type out there. Type down. You guys type the answers, because I gave you the next 2 days where major puts expire. Type in the box down there. I want to see if anybody remembers the 2 dates. It's important. Very important. I'll wait here for a minute because I know there's a delay from me talking to you guys and when it actually comes up. Yep. All right. Good job, Chase. So you've got major puts rolling off on the 17th and on the 31st. So those are 2 dates you need to keep. Yeah, 12/10 as well. Absolutely. The 10th was one of those important dates as well. Carrie got it too. I think I posted it, didn't I, inside the sub? I thought I posted the roll-off dates. The 10th was a big date, so I had my eyes set on 12/13 calls. The 17th is major. Major. Everybody was long for the 17th. And then the 31st, Jill nailed that last one over there. Yep, we've got quad witching on the 31st. Absolutely desperado. Does anybody know what usually happens on the Thursday before quad witchings? You guys, that's your homework. Go look at the Thursdays before quad witchings. Latest strip, now positive gamma, so it should come off at the 17th. How do you know? Okay, so I did post some. Hold on a second here. Let me take a look and see what's happening. Yeah, so this market's not going down here into close. You've got this market's not going down into the close. You've got a heavy lean on the call side on 469 calls on the SPY 12 eights. They're at 61 cents right now. I don't think they're trying to make money on these calls. I think that they are trying to pin the market to just park it, without a doubt. Let me move back over. Are you out? Yeah, watch the resistance level at 467. Let me take a look here. So the VIX is now 19% below its 10-day simple moving average, entering oversold territory. I want you guys to know that too. I mean, all these signs right now are leading up to a down day. Yeah, Lucky was just out there. Lucky in the Sky was just out there calling a touchdown. Calling a touchdown on the SPY. That's hilarious. 17th, up, down, then possible sector rotation. Book map shows large liquidity. Yep, so Jill, we've got the liquidity at 4,700. That liquidity is those are sellers that are trying to sell out of this market for where we are right now. And then below, you'll see that yellow line that's below the market right there. That's where all the buyers are. And those that large liquidity at 4,700, they are trying to get out as fast as possible before tomorrow. So that's my call. That's the video that I put out for the midday. The midday. The midday brief, I guess, is so. If you see that large liquidity at 4,700, those aren't buyers; those are sellers. And then there's buyers below, and they're waiting for those sellers to be exhausted. You guys hear me out there? Jill, Jill, did you hear me? Oh, do you guys see that GME calls coming in right there? 1210 200s. So you see how I'm looking for these setups. Now I don't know that GME is going to go up, but noticing that right there, 1210 200. I'm going to assume that that's going to be a pair trade for a weak market. You see Hood in there. See a lot of like meme stocks. And there's probably some betting going on that if the market is down tomorrow, that GME will go up. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I'm saying I'm assuming that's a pair trade for that play tomorrow. Thank you for doing this. Was listening while driving between service calls. Awesome, John. How you doing, man? Cap, what do you think of Tesla here? Set thread on December 9th. You think those believers is what's happening now? Well, so on Twitter, some of you guys know on Twitter, I called a squeeze on Tesla on the 6th, I think. I know you guys, and we know that we knew that this was coming, right? On Tesla. But let's look at Tesla while I talk to you guys right now, okay? So if you guys recall, maybe one of you guys can find the post. I posted right here about 7 a.m. 7 o'clock on the 6th, and I said, there's a potential squeeze here. There's a put wall that's way down here. I was like, there's a put wall way down here, and this weakness right here are shorts trying to unscrew themselves, and that you can expect for the rest of the week for us to squeeze higher. And I was trying to tell you that it doesn't really matter if the stock splits or not. What really matters is that there's going to be a lot of call interest. It matters because the put wall was so low. It matters because liquidity was coming up into the market. And so your chances here to make money were very high. So these are the plays that I try to look for. Like try to look for something like this and have all the conditions right. And then you enter these trades here and you hold them till they print. Now I think I measured 1077 here. Or 1096. I think the up here is 1090, 1098. I think I measured 1077. I think one of you guys got it right. Hey, thanks, Austin. Yeah, no stock split is fine. I wasn't really playing this for the stock split. I was playing it for the interest in the move to the stock split. And of course, we made that move. We had some trapped shorts down here. And this move has, in my view, played itself out. So if you're asking me where's Tesla going from here, it could go higher. But why would you want to enter Tesla here or near that 1077? Yeah, it's already at 1071. So like, why would you be entering Tesla here when you should have been entering it down below down here? If you had entered down below here, sure, leave some on, let it hang out until it gets to 1100 or 1200. But when you're starting to enter trades here, it's bad. It's bad trading. It really is. Even if you win, eventually you're gonna get. When you ask these, sometimes when you're asking these questions, you're like, "Hey, should I enter this trade?" Start to think about where other people are in that trade. There are a lot of. I mean, Josh, you're out there, right? Did I see you, Josh? Let me see. Oh, not Josh. Austin. I know, Josh. Austin and I have been trading Tesla together for, I would say, at least since early summer. We've been trading Tesla together. And there's the right time to enter Tesla, and there's the wrong time to enter Tesla. So this was the right time to enter Tesla. And you can see here, and there's a lot of consolidation here. I can see the point that it's going to go higher to 1100 or 1200. But just ask yourself, when should you be entering that trade? This would have been a nice entry in here as well. This is all consolidation. This would have been a nice buy here at the start of today. And you'll see all this down here. You've got trapped buyers. You want to be living off them being trapped, right? You want them to fuel you making money over here. Okay? So does Tesla go up today? Ultimate question and answer? Sure. I could see Tesla going to 1077. I could even see Tesla going to 1200. Do I think this is the buy-in? No, I don't. I don't think it's the buy-in. What does it say? Sold Tesla spreads too early. Oh, that's right, Austin. So puts into the close. Don't ask about GME. Entered 9,900 and 1008. I bet that if I exit now, it'll rip to 1200. Paralyzed by greed. Yeah, no, I get you guys. I get what you guys are saying about stuff. You know, but that's the question is, did you enter? Where did you enter is key. The key is always, did you enter down here? Or did you enter right here at 1071? Like, where should you be entering your trades? Then you're really not as concerned with, you're not as concerned when it makes that move. Like when you're down at the 950 to 1,000, I think I called it at 987 in the pre-market, or it was at 9 something. It was like, we were at, I don't know what this price is right here. I can't really see. Wait, this is all kind of wonky. But I think it was at like 978. It was somewhere down below. It was somewhere over here. I think it was like 978 over here. And I was telling you it could start to squeeze in here. So I guess the real question isn't, should I enter now? Of course not. Should have entered down here. You should have entered down here. You should have entered down here. That was the time to enter these trades. And now right here, yes, we could squeeze up. But if you're entering squeezes here, the danger is so high. Seeing some great trades coming in though for the SPY, 12.8, 469s, more Teslas. People putting risk on. This is wild to see. Definitely wild to see, without a doubt. It's making me kind of giggle here watching this take place. Yeah, people are betting on this move into the close. And so someone was asking, who is it that was asking how to calculate the size of measure move on Tesla? Okay, so Mr. Brown, that's a great question. I will do a video on the general trends of Tesla. And in that video, I'll also show you how it tends to move. And then I'll measure the moves for you as well. There are some very easy, basic measuring to see what the targets are. It doesn't always work out, but 70% of the time it does. Yep, the best way to make money on any asset is buying well. Absolutely, MA. So I will do a video on Apple because I trade Apple often. And not Apple. I'll do a video on Tesla. I trade Tesla often. I trade Apple very often. I try to stick with just a few stocks so that I know the ins and outs of them. Let me see. Okay, and Benny Mac asked about puts into the close. So let's briefly talk about puts into the close and seeing all this money flowing in right now into this market right now, okay? And there's a ton. And that would be my only hesitancy. My only hesitance, so right down here, you've got all these banks. These banks all want to be buying here. They bought here, they bought here. So the question would be, should you buy puts in the close? I don't think so. This looks like a large move up in the market to me. So I wouldn't be going short or buying puts into here, but I am looking for a buying opportunity either at the open tomorrow or slightly deeper to take very, very much long into the 31st. Now, the second part of this would be your risk appetite. If you're a bull and you're like, hey, I don't mind risk, throw it at me. This is lots of consolidation in this zone right here. This is pointing towards a higher market, this area. But you still have CPI, you still have FOMC. So you have to decide for yourself what your risk appetite is. It's important for you to size your risk appetite for where we're going. So I played all this down here. You guys know I post all my plays. I played this right here. I played this one right here. And I didn't play this close yesterday. I tried to, but this move yesterday was too fast for me to catch. I would have actually lost money, right? If I had played this last night, I would have lost money. And I didn't like the way that it moved yesterday. Let's look at that. Facebook 1210 305 for 2.65 or $2.6 million. Facebook 305. Let's look at Facebook. Holy shit. I mean, look at that. That's pure insanity. For 305. So they're buying it down here. This is all looking like a much larger move higher. This all looks like people don't care. They're even if they have weakness tomorrow, it's not going to matter to people. that we go high. That's only 1210. You see that? 305. Look at that. 1210, 305, $1.4 million. 1210, 305, $2.6 million. That's, phew, look at that. $4 million in at the ass calls on Facebook into the close. Maybe that's the one. Maybe it is Facebook that takes us over. That's wild. Facebook, 27,000, 335, 1210. And that's insane. You guys watching this out there? You guys watching? You guys are watching this, right? I think that's just wild. Absolutely insane. You guys seeing this over here? Facebook, 335, 27,000. Facebook, 1210, 305s. If I had to guess, this is to print something for these guys. I have to look up Facebook real quick. See what's going on. Hang tight, guys. Yeah, we got 53,000 calls on 330s for today, for the 10th. Maybe they want to print those into the close for the 10th. Wow. They've got another 17,000 calls on the 350Cs. Those just came in. They've got an earnings coming up on in between January 21st and the February 18th expiration dates. In between there's a Facebook ER reporting date, so maybe they're playing the ER date. That's wild. Look at that. So maybe let me ask you guys. Hang tight here. Let me ask you guys one question out there, okay? In Twitterverse. Do you guys think that we go up from here? Just type in up, or how about up, down, or pull back? Or I'll give you another choice. Or we squeeze to crazy new highs in the overnight. You guys answer me on the chat box there. Tell me what you think. And you tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what I think. We do into tomorrow. I told you what I was looking for, but I'll tell you what I think's going to happen. Getting the urge to pick up calls on SPY now. I'm watching. Buy 305, sell 335s. Yeah. Flat, pullback, chop, slight pullback this week. What time frame? Oh, I'm talking overnight. I mostly day trade right now. This market's for traders, not for investors, without a doubt. Flat, hope for volatility either way. Pullback up, pullback chop. Pullback for next week, pullback, chop, up, pullback down. Yeah. Everyone's thinking pullback, huh? Everyone's on the pullback page. Slow melt, then violently up, up. Interesting. On Monday, everyone was thinking we were getting a pullback, and we had some massive Vanna, right? We ended up going up a bunch into close, right? We're close to the sun. Agree, Carrie. I'm with you. This is the thing at where we are right now, is that the risk versus reward is not as tasty as when we come back down. Yeah, Josh, everyone's expecting a pullback's probably rocket to new highs overnight. Pullback or stay in range. Overnight is slightly down. Up. Bounce off 468 to the open. Up violently. Up. All right, Matthew. Some of you guys are coming back with hell no, we're going up into the close. All right, so how about this? I'm going to look. If you're a bull, this is what I'm going to look for you. Give me just a second here. Oh, man, they're pinning this on the upside. Wild. If you're looking for up, if you truly are looking for up, right, and let's say you want to take a risk on play in the overnight, and you didn't care if you lost the money, you could potentially buy, let me have a look here. Sometimes just like a Monday. So let's say you're looking to go up tomorrow. If you were to look at the December 13th, 480 calls, there's a little interest, not a ton. They're only 8 cents. So let's put the SPY back on. Let me put the SPY back on over here. Let's see, we're at 470. So I'm not bullish here, just so you guys know. I think we're coming down into the close. I think they're parking this. I think they're loading it up to park it into the close, so that banks can exercise. And I think we're going to pull back into tomorrow. That's my honest opinion. But if you were feeling frisky and you didn't want to lose your bank, take on some risk in something that would have a chance to recover into Monday. Sometimes I'll take these. These aren't really lottos. They're like protected lottos. So what you can do is you buy a lotto. Let's say 12, 13, 480 Cs. Oh, that's a little bit too far out. Let's go a little bit higher. You'd go 470. Let's say you went 12, 13, 470. 474s. There's 66 cents. You're going to hope that they bleed off into the close here. You'll wait till like 4:14 in the afternoon. If they bleed off to like 30 cents or something, 40 cents, you could buy those in anticipation of us going up in the overnight. Let's say we sell down instead, right? But we recover on Friday due to CPI. I guess if you're already bullish, then you would at least have a chance into the Monday or into the close on Friday of recovering your losses if the trade didn't go your way. So I think that one's possible. 470 would be 474 or 475s. They're in the realm of possibility of something happening, of us going up over the weekend. You see people here buying, all these 1208s. Right now, these things right here they're trying to park this thing so they can exercise options into the close. I'm going to be very negative on tomorrow, without a doubt. Let me go back and see what you guys are saying. I can't see what you guys are saying right now. Up, and away. Contrarian is up violently then. Yeah, it's not like buying 460. All-time highs. This is a bull trap, in my honest opinion. Too much, too fast. It is and it isn't. So you guys have to understand why we're here. There's important reasonings why we're here. I think I posted somewhere at some point, no one believed me. Another post I made, no one believed me. I told people, because of the way we're going down, the reaction back up can be just as violent. Absolutely just as violent. This is a bull trap causing me to feel different about trading now. OPEC's front running. Is that okay for you, Andre? Are you buying in the right times, Andre, and selling at the right times? Do you know when to enter and exit trades? Say something in the chat. I'm interested to know how you trade. OPEC's front running next week is what's going to make the market tank. Yeah. Tomorrow we open down, then boom moon. Yeah, I'm tending to agree with that as well. If you expect a Facebook coming, will you buy puts? This is a breath of fresh air in the YouTube space. Good thing. Hey, thanks, HPY. Puts would be concerned about getting steamrolled and relying on news for down moves, LOL. What do you think is going to happen on the 10th? Yeah, and then the 17th, OPEX. I think that you're going to be surprised. I think on the Thursday, the 16th, I would not be short that day. I'll post about that. I'll make a nice long post about the puts rolling off, OPEX specifically. Usually we'll sell off in OPEX, but the day before it'll go stupid. We'll make stupid moves. What's a realistic low for next week? I got killed with puts on latest rip. Yeah, Chase. Yeah, man. You don't want to. Supposedly the Vanna is gone right now, or it's been spent out. It's been said that the Vanna is gone at this point. We know that the VIX is is oversold. It's ready to rip. You need the VIX to go up so it can be shorted back down. Do this more often than we drink on weekends. Haha. Yeah, Paul, I'm not. That wasn't a good thing to do. I don't typically drink heavy. I'm not a heavy drinker. But when I started getting this set up, I think Joe Donut and a few guys had sent me Joe Donut sent me $20, so I promised him I would drink a beer, and then my afterwards I decided I'll never do that again. I might shotgun a very like a what I was thinking about was I'll shotgun a what are those White Claw. I'll shotgun a White Claw on Friday or something for you guys. Gamma squeeze before OPEX. Yes, there should be a gamma squeeze before OPEX. One day at a time knows what he's talking about. There should be one, I want to say the day before OPEX. Could come on Wednesday. If you see weakness on Wednesday, but of the Wednesday of OPEX, if you see some weakness, you will then see, you should see a gamma squeeze in that time period. Massive. Massive. Didn't put holders already sell on latest RIP, on latest, didn't put holders already sell on latest RIP, hence the squeeze. Okay, so those are shorts that are covering on these squeezes, mostly shorts. But there are puts out there that have not expired. They are still out there. They're out and about. They didn't go away. And you have dealers, excuse me. So you have dealers, market makers. They want to buy those things back out of the market as time goes on. Well, so many people saying Santa Rally, though. Could that be a jinx? Dude, I'm learning so much from you. Can't thank you enough. No worries, guys. It took me. I've been trading for almost a decade, and I've made horrible decisions out there, trading horrible, and I'm the kind of guy that doesn't want to work a job. I don't ever want to have to work again. I want to spend my time on the things that I am interested in. Right? I hike, I bike, I ski. I love ranching. I like surfing. I raised two daughters, so I want to spend my time with them, enjoying them, and not, you guys know, all you guys out there know, right, that you end up becoming a slave to someone else by working a job, man. Like, you guys are out there, and you're selling your life to someone else sometimes for 10, 20, $30 an hour. When you start trading for a living to make this a career for yourself, you take risk on, but it's calculated risk. You take risk on that has big payoffs. Even if you do lose that money, you can take, like, so I play a lot of FDs, but I can absorb 10, 20 cuts for that 300, 600,000% rip that pays very well. So you can play FDs, you can play longs, you can play swing trades, but you just need to time when it's appropriate. How long it's appropriate. I don't want you guys to have to work. I don't want you guys. You guys should never have to work for the man ever again out there. If any of you guys will listen to me, any of you guys that are engineers, any of you guys that are making six figures, I used to make six figures, and I wound up giving that up. I lost all interest. Well, I'd done it for a long time. I had a career for many, many decades, or not many decades, for 2 decades. I didn't know what else I was going to do with my life, and I fell in love with this, and the grind had set in, and even when I was making six figures, I took on I had a wife at that point, had 2 daughters, and the dogs, the house, and all the bills, had a mortgage, had always scared of having credit card bills, always scared of having vehicle bills. And now I just buy my stuff with cash. I don't have any credit out there anymore. I'm not afraid of losing everything that I own. Tired of running a bread where I make 100K a year, but I hate getting it. Yeah, man, getting up, it's brutal. Are we trying to take away from a Yes. Exactly, Troy. We are trying to take the greatest transfer of wealth in history is happening right now. I agree with that, Troy. We all got, as the working class, we all kind of got screwed, right? So we're all out there working, and we all have our jobs, right? But then they take away our pensions, they take away good benefits, they take away. I don't want anything free. I want to work hard for what I get in my profession, but I want there to be a decent health care available too. I want there to be a decent pension plan for me that I pay into right? I don't want Social Security to get wrecked. There's all these things I don't want to have. Here we go, 348. And let's see what happens. So as we watch this close right here, you're still seeing more positive flow coming into the close. This is good. I want to see what happens here. So just on my point over here, you have, my dad, when I was young, right? My dad lived through the 87 crash, and then I was just becoming an adult in the 2007 crash, and I saw people lose everything. You watch that movie, you watch, I forget the name of it, it's the one with Brad Pitt or whatever in it, about the crash that took place. What oftentimes what people don't talk about is the impact it had on a guy that had a regular job. People lost their homes. They showed like the stripper girl or stripper lady who had 6 houses, but there were just regular people out there that had been saving for their whole career, and so people have somewhat been forced into making their own retirements now, right? People to take care of themselves. So you've got this retail class of people that are trying to retire, right? Not have to work until their last day. Work a normal job, make enough money to not have. Oh, here we go. Look at the SPY. Here it goes, ripping. Here it goes. Here goes the SPY. Awesome sauce. This is great. Here goes the SPY. All the way up to 470. This is great to see. Let's see what Tesla's doing. One last spike on Apple into the close as well. This is getting bears. Bears probably out there right now are getting they're salivating, as I call it. They're drooling right now. Let me see what all this is. People have amassed too much capital. Apple 2, who dares to short? Haha. Yep, they got their 4,700 LOL. That's right, Jill. They wanted that 4,700 real bad. That's the 350 murder algo wiping out the stops. Yep, agreed, Nick. Agreed. Watching more flow coming in right now in IWM into the close. 114. When you start seeing these call hedges up here, just want you guys to point out something, you guys. When you see things like 114.22, big money coming up, big but decent money, 260, 249. That is reason for concern heading into the close. Okay? That will dip into tomorrow. This is wild. Looking at SPY right now is amazing. AMD. We've got a imbalance of 2.6 billion to the buy side. VIX is down 8.95%. That's important for you guys to know heading into the close. Plunge protection team. Plunge protection team is in force right now. The PayPal 15-minute thing or 15-minute chart is beautiful. Yep. Yeah, you guys have to stay focused on TLT right now. It's important to be watching it. Let's see what the close brings here. This rip higher is going to keep going too. We're gonna kill sellers right now. We're gonna absorb the sellers, and this is what they're doing right now: is absorbing sellers, and then the sellers will end up buying the top again. This is wild. This makes me happy to see right now. I'm a bull, so. And we also have Elon starting to talk, starting to tweet. So SPX just had an all-time high close, or all-time high close is 4704, which infers that we're going to head there now. We're already there, so we might as well head to foot. Yep, might as well hit 4704. We're already up here, right? This is wild. Tag it and bag it. Let's look at the 1 month. So 4704, it's up here. They're gonna want to get all-time highs. So the bulls are going to take over, and they are going to try to get all-time highs. I'm impressed, absolutely impressed that we're going to take out all-time highs. I think we are now, definitely. This is a sign right here. They just closed their shorts, and they're ready to take out all-time highs. This is amazing. 470, woohoo, or 4700. Amazing. Yeah, so the 400 QQQs, that is the... Now we sell EC, 11s on ES or magnets and make more money scalping too from them. Yeah, Jill, I scalp on the 20s and 50s on the EMA right now. I switch what I use for scalping. Tesla 1075 close possible. It'd be hilarious if it closed at 1075. If it came within that 1077 number, it'd be hilarious. We're close, right? We are so close. If we tag that into the close, it'd be wild. And you see that you've got some VIX puts coming in, VXX puts coming in, 1223.20s. That's huge. We'll switch to the VIX real quick. And they're looking for further down. More protection down here. This could be forced buying as well down here, but boy, I'll tell you what. See this right here? Then let's look at the actual VIX. Yeah, right in this zone right here. This zone right here has me. And this is risky. We're starting into some risky territory here. Now, I'm one of the guys that says VIX should be buried, but you can see, you guys need to see that where we are. You know, we're burying the VIX straight down. You see this beautiful run right here, right? All the way down to 14. This would seem to say, right? You can see this from the middle of October to the October. So this is OPEX for October down here at the 21st. You can see that VIX just get buried. And that's what bulls are hoping for down here, that we keep burying it. So if you're still bullish right now, see this sell down that we're having right now? Hopefully you guys get this message before it stops, but if you see this sell down right here, sometimes the option, if you're bullish right now, the options contracts will get cheaper. We'll get another bounce down below, and inside of this close here, you can sometimes get options in the last minute. 414, 415, you can buy calls really cheap, okay? Because you'll see that now that they're selling, we tagged 470. You're definitely going to see bulls stepping in at this point, and they're going to want to sell this down a little bit, the bears, without a doubt. 470, congratulations. Amazing tags. Amazing tags for today. We nailed 470 today. That's amazing. That makes my day. That's great. Let's take a look. ARVL, nope. More Apple calls coming in to hold the market up. That's good. You guys are good. 1217, 175, 1210. I would have played the 1213s, and I probably would have played... Yeah, I guess the 17s would work. 17s are good. That's probably the next nearest expiration date to OPEX. So watch this close right now. Just wait to buy this close. If you're bullish, you want to buy this close, you can buy it at like 414, 415. It's also good to see if they're buying in the last 15 minutes. You'll see big giant green bars down here. If you start to see red bars in here, you'll see that it's maybe selling off. So watch these last few minutes here. Got to run. Thanks, Cap, for doing these. Chase, take it easy, my brother. Man, something's wrong with these markets. Fear of Bitcoin compressing. Thanks, Alexander. Do you still expect dip overnight? VIX closing before 20 equals all-time highs soon. Agreed, Dreamstorm. Agreed on that one. 33 cents, 474C. Right? We talked about that 474 earlier, right? Do you expect a dip overnight? Thanks, Cap. Good luck to anyone holding overnight. You know, I can't tell you guys what trades to take. It's against the law for people to do that. So I can't tell you what trade to take. I can tell you what I'm taking for trades. And for me right now, I'm still looking for a down day tomorrow. The 470 looks great. It's too much risk for my appetite. I like to win 70 to 80, 90% of my trades. So I'm looking for sure things to trade in the day. And I try to give you guys setups that have a high probability of winning. You guys know that where we are right now, this is where there's high stakes. You can make a lot of money at this point, at this moment, but the risk is very high. So let's say I tell you guys, hey, buy calls into close tomorrow. So you see this Apple, look at that, 1210 Apple, $1.1 million, 175. Woof, woof. But I can't tell you guys to take on these risky trades because if you guys blow your bank, you're going to come back and get mad at me, right? The only trades I'm going to give you are going to be what I think or have enough due diligence behind to prove that they're going to print. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, EC. Oh, EC, do we hold overnight? Stonks Anonymous. Yeah, man, and I think we talked about buying those cheap pennies right in here. They should have printed a little bit down here, right? I would have taken profit here myself. Once that tagged out, look at that, almost to the pin too. You see that? FD holders right here, 470. Almost to the pin. That's wild. They finally printed all those FD holders from the day before. I wonder if they diamond handed into the close. So what am I going to look for? What am I going to look for into tomorrow? Let me see if I can throw a trade on with you guys. Give me a second. I'll throw a trade on. Let's go, baby. All right, stocks. Let me see if I can throw a trade on with you guys in the last 15 minutes here. Let me take a look at hang tight here. Gonna stick around. You guys should be watching this. You guys want to watch this after the bell because you see like that 4 o'clock, 1210, 475. Someone's placed that trade. People are banking on a gap up tomorrow. So I'm going to place a trade of... I'm going to buy right now some 473s for the 10th. No, you know what? I'll buy some 474s. Should I buy some four? No, you know what I'm going to buy? I'm going to buy some 470s just in case. The riskiest trade for tomorrow if you're a bull, 474C, 37 cents. It'll probably leak down to right around 4 o'clock or 4:15. It should come down to like 30 cents or so. Put an order in for like 30 to 32 cents. If you wanted the safest play for tomorrow for a gap up, it's probably 470. Let those bleed off a little bit for the bell tomorrow. There are 94,000 calls out on the 470Cs for the 10th. If you were going to play it safer on a gap up, you're going to definitely want to be buying the December 12th, or excuse me, the December 13th. You'd get in somewhere in there. And I forget what I called on those. Oh yeah, look at this. Yep, December 13th, the 476s are still in play. 475s are still in play. Look at that XLK into the close. 120.23. This all looks like hedging, like we're at the top, guys. Playing calls in it tomorrow is risky business. Risky, risky, risky. Risky. Everyone's betting on a down day tomorrow. I like that. Everyone's betting on a down day tomorrow. Am I still live right now? Let's see here. It looks like I got kicked out. Okay, let me see. I'm back on again. Thanks for being here. See you tomorrow. I'm buying 12. Yeah, Invesca, I am too. I don't know if I got kicked off here. Hey, Maggie. Hey, Benny. Bought a couple 1210. 475C for fun. No calls for me tonight. Yep. We'll see. I'm back on, guys. I think I got kicked off the internet there for a minute. I'm going short. Yes, you're alive. If we should go down, we will go up. Yeah, you're alive. Thanks, guys, for saying I'm back live again. Looks like I missed you there for a minute. I want you guys to look briefly over here to the left. When I start seeing it, you just look at this stuff. 1210, right, for 76. XLK, 2.5 million for 120.23. You're looking at more Apple calls into close. Thanks, everybody. Glad that I got out of SPY today. Made money, left happy. Yep, no doubt, guys. That's the thing, guys. Make the money. Make that money. Cheaper to wait and see if 468 shelf holds, if tested at open. Sell off from overnight PJ traders trying to get higher. Agreed, drink tell. Glad that I got out of SPY today. Made money, left happy. Absolutely, guys. That's without a doubt. Take your money and run sometimes at these levels. That's how I feel about it. Hey, MA, thank you. You guys have a great day. And I'll catch up with you guys with some better information. I'll get one more thing to let you guys know before you get off. That I will have an end of the day report for you. And then I will also should have a video out for you early morning again. I'm trying to get this stuff all set up so I can streamline it so it's not taking as long as it is right now. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Catch you guys on the flip side.